All right, we are green. Brothers and sisters, I am sorry to bother you so much this evening, but I'm going to be honest with you. What we've been waiting for just dropped. We have the manager amendment. Removal of suppressors from the NFA is in there, along with additional language to insulate us from any type of removal in the Senate. And all the hard work that you guys have grinded on has quite literally, oh, I just went dark, has quite literally made this happen. Don't worry about the camera. It's a thing. It's back. We're awesome. All right. As you guys get in here, sorry about the camera mess up right there. Worst timing ever, but doesn't matter. Guys, what we're at right now is suppressor removal was just added into the bill, the House reconciliation bill that is going through right now. Okay, I'm going to walk you through everything. This is really exciting. The generational opportunity that we've been talking about just became much more possible. Again, walking you through everything. Again, sorry for the camera shutting off in the middle. If it happens again, that'd just be amazing. Anyway, everything will be linked in the description box below. Guys, send this stuff out. You have to continue to rally because this is incredible. And make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on if you want to pass this blessing of the Second Amendment on to the next generation. Guys, I'm going to walk you through the entire thing. This just dropped, and we've been waiting. This is incredible. I'm going to give you updates on the Short Act. I'm going to give you updates on the language. I'm going to give you everything's coming right now. All right. So we're going to continue through the night, because now where we're at is this is leaving the Rules Committee. I'm going to show you the language in a second. It's leaving the Rules Committee. What that means is that the amendment that I'm about to show you is going to take effect upon the passage of the House. Okay? So what this means is the energy and the effort of what you've been paying attention to the Ways and Means Committee and the Budget Committee and the House and the Rules Committee. Now, it's going directly to the House in general. And upon passage by the House and the reconciliation vote, it becomes effectual. Okay? So that's all the details that we've been doing. I've been watching the Rules and Means Committee. I've confirmed it multiple ways to Sunday. I've got multiple different confirmations, and I'm going to show you the documentation. But it is removed from the NFA. It's no longer just a tax thing. It's no longer just a removal and it stays behind registration. This is an actual removal. Okay? This is like crown jewel level. All right, let's get into it. Make sure you follow me at Braden LOA on X. Before I dive into that really quickly, not gonna happen. Snipe, if you're at the point where you're black-pilled on this, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, I just don't. All right, so the Short Act. The Short Act, what it looks like, is going to move to the Senate. That's what I've been told. The House is going to do the suppressors. That's what I've been, that's what I've been told. The fight is only half over with the House. But let me jump into this and show you guys. Make sure you follow me at Braden LOA. I will be following that throughout the night, because now the House vote broad is what dictates if suppressors are removed. Big freaking deal. Okay. This is from NRA. Again, I'm going to do multiple different places. Breaking, manager's amendment to the reconciliation package includes the removal of suppressors from the NFA. The House and the Senate should pass this immediately and send it to the desk. Now, we're going to be focusing on a lot of this in a second, or in the next coming days. Please call your member of Congress now and ask them to pass this one big, beautiful bill. That's the next big push here. It's in there. And there goes the camera again, of course. I swear to God. Anyway, just keep on listening to my melodious voice and looking at that amazing optic. So the next thing that I'm going to go to is the GOA reports suppressors removed from the NFA. I swear, if that camera does not turn on in like 10 seconds. So what we're looking at now is an incredible position to be in for the GOA report suppressors removed from the NFA. The manager's amendment to the One Big Beautiful Bill includes the Hearing Protection Act, fully removing suppressors from the National Firearms Act of 1934. I swear to God, my camera chooses this moment to freak out. It'll come back in a second. Whatever. I'm just going to... There we go. Look at me. Stealth mode. Josh, that's funny. All right. So let me get into exactly what GOA just said. So I showed you NRA, and then I went ghosted, and then GOA popped up. So let's just continue here. The manager's amendment to the One Big Beautiful Bill includes the Hearing Protection Act, fully removing suppressors from the National Firearms Act of 1934. And this part is important before I show you the bill, because you have to know this. As a backup under the Byrd rule, the transfer and making tax is also reduced from 200 to 0. So do you remember the whole argument earlier on in this fight in the Ways and Means when they were saying that it won't pass the Byrd rule because it's not related to funds and taxing? They put that in there as an insulator to prevent them from saying you can't remove suppressors from the NFA. They've done this right. And that's a very important thing to understand. I'm going to dive into the actual language right here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So everything will be linked, as I mentioned. What you're looking at right now is page 39 of the manager's amendment. This is the thing that is making all of this possible. Remember how I told you all day for actually coming on 18 hours, we're waiting on one piece of paper, one document? This is the document that we were waiting on. We've been waiting all day for this, A, to come out, B, where it was going to go, and C, did they do it right? They did it right. Big shout out to a lot of people. Once I get the clear that I can say who was involved in this, big shout out to a lot of people. But check this out. Effective date, it's going to be 90 days. I'll show you that in a second. In general, except as otherwise provided in this subsection, the amendments made by this section shall apply to taxable years beginning after December 31, 2025. I don't want to read that part. Let's go down a little bit. Here we go. Modification and treatment of silencers. This part right here, 12 through 13, this is the lines that remove it from the NFA. In general, Section 5845A is amended by striking 7, any silencer, and all that follows through, and 8, and inserting, and 7. That is just legalese. What that means is suppressors removed from the NFA. Okay? That's the first piece to this. The second piece to this is a insulator. All right? Now, let's get into it. The transfer tax is amended to read as follows. There shall be levied, collected, and paid on firearms transferred a tax at the rate of, this is section 1, $5 for each firearm transferred in the case of a weapon classified as any other weapon under section 5845. So they're changing taxable fees. They're changing revenue, which makes it a budgetary item for any other weapon. Okay, that's the first one. Number 2, $0 for each firearm transferred in the case of a silencer as defined in section 912. And 3, $200 for any other firearm transferred. The making tax, section E, is amended to read as follows. The rate there shall be levied, collected, and paid upon the making of a firearm a tax at the rate of $0 for each suppressor that you make, and $200 for any other firearm made. The effective date. The amendments made by this section shall apply to calendar quarters beginning more than 90 days after the date of the enactment of this act. So, translation, and you have to know this because there's going to be a lot of people diving into this. This is coming from multiple people involved in the actual negotiation and GOA, a lot of other organizations as well. When they included the backup plan, like the budgetary thing to get it past the Byrd rule in the Senate, remember all that language about the Byrd rule? That's what all the taxing is. $5 for any other weapon, $0 for suppressor you make yourself, $200 for any other firearm made. It's all in order to supplement suppressors being removed from the NFA, which is in the first page the first part in 39. All of this was crafted to make it work and not get removed when we go into the second part of this fight, where we push into the Short Act. Now, here's the overarching goal of where this sits, because we went into this with the suppressor removal from the NFA was the goal, along with the Short Act. So we are 50% in this fight right this second. When we complete the House, we have to rest, recuperate, basically revel in our victory of getting that out of the House, and then drive towards the Senate with the same veracity. That's where the Short Act is going to play better. Okay? Right now, in the House, the suppressors was going to play. The House wasn't willing to do the short yet, as is obvious of the management amendment. So what has to happen now is each one of you starts to get on the horn with your individual rep, because this is going to every single rep. It is no longer House Ways and Means, House Rules, House Budget. It is now House. If this thing passes, which they're talking about doing it tonight, and now that the management amendment is in place, they're going to get it out of the Rules Committee, it is quite possible that this passes the House and suppressors are removed from a bill from the House that passes under reconciliation that goes to the Senate soon. Guys, this is a big deal. This is a crown jewel. You are removing 1/3 of the items out of the NFA with a second third potentially added into the Senate. That second third of the Short Act is the bigger fight that we're going to have in the Senate. Right now, this gets passed in the next 12 to 20 hours. You're going to be experiencing Memorial Day with a House bill that actually takes suppressors out of the NFA. If you're just now tuning in, here's the statement from NRA. It's completely removed. Here's the statement from GOA. It's fully removed. And here's the actual language itself. Everything is linked in the description box below. Guys, I'm going to go into the chat real quick, but make sure you send this out because this is a massive victory. And follow me at Braden LOA while I continue to follow the House voting, which is going to go down tonight. It's going to be another all-nighter. I don't care. This is a generational amazement. All right, let me get in here. So in, say, 90 days, you will be able to buy a suppressor without paperwork, tax stamp, or registration. If this passes as written, it will not be behind the NFA anymore. It will still be under the Gun Control Act, which means you have a 4473. That's what this language is indicating, okay? This is a really big deal, guys. This is a massive one because it gets right outside of that registration, and this is huge. Thanks to everyone who participated. I'm proud of all of us. Yeah. That's the big thing, guys. If you all did not dive into this so incredibly hard, call, melt, phones, emails, all of it, I don't know if this would have transpired. But you did. You enabled everyone pushing for it to feel the heat. Incredible work. All right, we're going to continue on. Let me get in here. Nick Bassell says, Shush Act dead then, off the GCA or the Gun Control Act is what I was excited about. I believe the Shush Act is not going to move forward, and the HPA with the suppressor removal is. That's what it looks like. Is it the Shush Act or HPA Act? It's the HPA. What will happen to the registry of all current suppressors? I do not know yet. As soon as I know something, I will let you know. Walter is on it already, he understands the assignment and accepts the mission. Time to start calling the hell out of our senators to pass the Short Act. Yes, exactly. And that fight is going to happen as soon as it moves over there. This entire thing has been pushing the House, which has more members, is more malleable, is more emotional, and more volatile. And then we get it over into the Senate, where we focus much more heavily on individual senators. That's the entire thing. 50% fight here, 50% fight here. It's going to be a knockdown, drag out, but we can accomplish this. Because about 3 weeks ago, everyone said that suppressors, there's no way they're getting removed. It just happened in this House bill text, assuming it passes the full House, which they're angling like it's going to. I'll keep you updated. Make sure you follow me at Braden LOA, because it's probably gonna be a late night. Short Act, dude. Yeah, I just mentioned the Short Act. I'm late. What did I miss? Amazing things. 2A is looking great. 2A always looked great, even if we got punched in the nuts all the time. Chad Greats, a good question. So what about home-built suppressors? Home-built suppressors, the taxes bounced down to $0, and that is still in there in order to satisfy the Byrd rule, so it's a budgetary item. That's the entire point. Super chat from CJ. YouTube might unsubscribe us, but thanks to YouTube, we can do this. That's right, we can do this. That's exactly right. Do I get my $200 back? I have no idea. There was no language of any type of refund of anything. I didn't see that. Oil filters are back on the menu. Yes, we did. We're serious about voting these people out. Absolutely. So guys, what we can do right now, you guys are getting it. Make sure you send this out. Keep the pressure. Like Mitch Connor says, this is awesome. This is really, really solid. Guys, this is a big freaking deal. This is a huge step in the right direction. But make sure you guys send this stuff out. You subscribe to the channel. You follow me on X, because tonight, now we're going to focus on the House in general. We get this thing passed. The management amendment, which I just showed you, becomes part of the bill that passes. This is a really big moment for all of us. So make sure you are grinding. There is no room for black pills in this movement, and we are going to continue to push this forward and ready ourselves for the fight in the House along with the fight in the Senate. I'm so amped to bring this to you guys. We've been working and grinding on it for 24 hours, a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, whatever. And I thank every one of you for your efforts in this. This is a massive win for us. Everything will be linked, as I mentioned. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on X at Braden LOA, and I will see you guys on the next one where more pending updates will come. Later.